Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. Video today from Jack Morgan. I'd really appreciate it if you guys gave Chow Time 2.0 some more subs down below, and let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
Maria, we sound good.
It's about to get more expensive to try and get rich. The price of a Mega Millions ticket is going up.
What?
Beginning in April, the cost for a Mega Millions ticket will go up to $5. Right now it costs $2.
I remember when it was $1. Now it's $5? Yeah, good luck with that.
I have never seen the...
All right, buckle up. The cost of living continues, the gift that keeps on giving. And it's hitting in some weird places, dude. You can't even afford to gamble anymore. It's classic. Before we get this party really started, speaking of things that went up, I like old leather jackets. I recently bought this black one, but it's a little too small for me. So, dude, it's sick. It's fucking made in England. It's an old one. But this thing is nice. So if you're about, I'm 5'11", $160. We're gonna get to the party here in a minute. 5'11", $160. It's a little too small for me. So if you're like around 5'8", 5'9", 140 pounds, and you want that slick...
Hey, I'm 5'7", 150 pounds. Jack, haven't you hit me up for it?
Ricky Aioli look, hit me up on Instagram. I'll send it to you. I can't send it back because it's vintage and I bought it on eBay for $200. Anyways, it's all yours. Hit me up on Insta. I'll send it to you.
I'm going to have to hit him up.
Hey, you know, someone's got to look good. Anyways, back to this lady. Millennials versus the boomers. The destruction lust. That's weird.
The war that I am seeing between the boomer generation and the millennial generation. Never before seen this. The amount of hatred between these two generations is unbelievable.
I didn't know it was that bad.
It's really bad. So all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute, I trusted you and you misled me. And now I can never get what you got. There's no hope for the future. And now you won't step out of the position that you're in, where I'm convinced you're making decisions that harmed me. There's a destruction lust.
It's
It's
true.
a lot harder to afford.
This is exactly how a lot of people think that what boomers are doing. They built themselves up all this power, and they won't relinquish the power, and they're voting for and pushing laws only for their own benefits.
What the boomers were able to afford when they were our age, right? The house.
You're using the word harder. Most people perceive it to be impossible. That they will never in their lifetime be able to achieve any of those simple things.
Not for nothing. These haircuts are what? A mandatory $40. I just paid $40 to what? Slightly bald in fashion? When
Speaking of the simple things, can't afford a haircut anymore.
Nope.
Forget about the lottery. It's classic.
I was growing up, it was $20, right? $15 haircut, $5.
Hell no, when I was growing up, it was like a $5 haircut. That was awesome. Now, then it went to $15, and then $20. I was like, and then all of a sudden it jumped from $20 to $40.
Tip, the 20 went a long way. Now,
And here we go.
Oh, this is the best, dude. The Black Friday. Black Friday is not even... Inflation's gone up so much. Black Friday, they have to pretend. This is great right here.
Oh, I hope you're hungry.
$4.29.
For nothing. For nothing. For nothing. For nothing. For nothing.
No.
For nothing. For nothing. For nothing. For nothing.
All right, but think of
Scam.
All the prices were just the same. It just said deal. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
You know, it's funny that my family, when I was younger, my aunts and all my family was always about this. They talked about this all the time. Every time there's a sale, they're just lying to you. They just mark it up and then bring it down to make it the same price, so you never like actually save any money. My aunts were correct.
I don't know if I said this, but I'm gonna send this to you guys. Whoever wants this for free. I don't need money for it. But thank you to everybody who did buy a shirt. RLP Classic. Link in the bio. Anyways, we're gonna go through some weird stuff here, and then we're gonna dig a little bit deeper. But it's hitting everywhere, even the odd places.
about it. Right now, if you go to a concert, an NFL game, an NBA game, that shit is a luxury event nowadays. It's not what it used to be like.
I've never been to a football game. I've only been to a baseball game. I went to a Dodger game like last year. That was my first time ever going. And I got free tickets. Sporting events and concerts and all of these festivals, I don't even understand how people afford them.
Like when we were young, when you would pay $50 and enjoy a football game, a basketball game, or a concert. Now the thing is, they've turned performances, live shows, venues, all these things into like a flex.
Yep.
I may get canceled for...
He's not tripping. I recently went to a hockey game in South Florida, so you kind of do the math. Really not like the most popular thing in the world. Mighty Ducks, Gordon Bombay. But me and my chick, we went. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about
It
it.
hurt his pocket
Actually,
so
I do.
much.
It was like all said and done, $250. I know that's for 2 people, but I don't even drink. I had a lemonade.
That lemonade probably cost him $25.
Best $14 lemonade
Oh, okay,
I ever
14.
had in my life. But dude, that's just a basic ass hockey game. Imagine replace that with Miami Heat or football. Forget it. Anyway, stop complaining about inflation. No, it's fun.
Saying this, and I promise I'm not trying to be mean when I say it, but the reason why you're poor is not because of inflation. Inflation has been going on since the end of time. Sometimes we have a better
Since the end of time? Okay.
economy, sometimes we don't. This is nothing new. And when inflation hits, you have 2 options. You can either cut down on your expenses, or 2, you can work to improve your skill set so you could be more valuable in the marketplace to make more money so that you don't feel it.
Basic ass knowledge, but okay.
And what does she mean, increase your skill set? All I hear is get creative. This is the best thing I've ever seen. This guy right here, he's like, I'm going to make it no matter what. This is the best thing I've ever seen.
I ain't never seen a nigga do it like this. This nigga grilling on top of the truck.
Hell yeah.
Dude, he's literally grilling in the back of the truck,
My
just
man.
handing out burgers, hot dogs,
I don't hate
whatever
on it.
he's
I don't
dealing
hate
out.
on it.
But this is, you got to give it to him, dude. Like, I knew this dude, he did a little hot dog stand right next to this bar I used to go to like 15 years ago.
So in California, we have little pop-up little Mexican food places almost on all corners of OC and LA now. I don't go travel outside of OC and LA too much. So, but yeah, after 5 p.m., because after 5 p.m., the health and food department like closed down, so they're not going to come out and like close these people down, and they'll be just in the corner of a street, and they'll take up a whole corner of a street. They'll have tents, they'll have tacos, they'll have media, they'll have freaking El Pastor, they'll have everything, and almost every other block now has this. And tell the truth, I don't hate on it, other than the people might be starting to get sick if it keeps going this way. But I don't hate that people are trying to hustle, trying to make their money. I love it. And some of these places are bomb.
That dude was still there 15 years later. And he used to have just like a little stand. Then all of a sudden he's got like people working for him and shit. He's got another one down the way. In Cali, this is a big thing. I'm in Florida right now, but in California, dude, these little hot dog vendor guys, basically the same thing, right? This guy's just got like a shitty
Oh yeah,
truck,
in LA, yeah.
which is fine. Look at him. Dude, he's doing it.
The street hot dogs.
He's probably doing great depending where he's at. Like, you pull up in a downtown area, fuck a permit, dude. No one can afford permits anymore.
Hell no.
I'm not like saying go do this, but this hot dog guy out in Cali, I forget his name, I almost did it. He made like $600 to $1,000 a night, depending on how busy things were. Just flipping hot dogs, little bacon dogs, little peppers. If you ever had a Cali street dog, it's like really not good for you, but they taste awesome, and people will pay money for them, especially when they're drunk. Oh, criminal business model. Anyways, you got to commend this guy. Okay, it's not inflation, guys. It's you. Get a pickup truck, sell hot dogs. Okay, learn the ropes. Jeez, teach yourself something valuable.
Smoke some meat.
Speaking of the haircuts, though, like last time I got a haircut, it was $45. I went to like a salon. It was like a year ago. I was so upset. Ruined my hair. But for the past, I don't know, almost 20 years, I've been cutting my own hair. It doesn't always look the best, but
Jack, I always wondered.
you know, I'm glad I learned a really good skill. Anyways, just saying about the haircut stuff, because I don't do any of that stuff. I feel bad for women. My chick just went and got a facial. $400. I was like, what? Her face was shiny, though. Anyways, speaking of
Hey, my facials are pretty pricey too. So
like,
I can't say anything.
having to have a second job or sell food out of the back of a truck or, do odd gigs. This dude goes, I've come to the conclusion that the sole purpose of homework is to condition children into accepting that unpaid overtime and ridiculous hours and not even being able to escape work, even in your own home, are a normal thing to expect in the future.
Yep.
Yeah, it
I
really
agree.
is. Like, my whole life, I've had 2 jobs, basically. Now I just have 1 job. Some people are fortunate enough to have 1 job. Like this.
Dude, guys, I still have 2. I make pretty similar to what Jack makes from my YouTube, and I still have another job because I don't know how long this is gonna last.
Yeah, he is skipping around town. He's just working for UPS. It's not all bad. Like, there's money in weird spots. Like, who would have ever thought dropping off boxes every day, wearing a brown T-shirt, you could make $2,000 a week, $600,000 a year.
Yep.
Who would have thought?
Okay, I tell you guys, I do the Disneyland merch stuff. I make pretty good money every month doing that, and I only go to Disneyland maybe five to 6 times a month. I'll go to Disneyland, grab a whole bunch of merch, then resell it. I'll tell you guys the truth. I make about like anywhere from like $1,000 to maybe $2,000 a month doing that. It's good money. I don't hate on it. It gives me a lot of spending money to where I don't have to touch a lot of my YouTube money.
Who would have thought selling hot dogs, you could make $1,200 a week working 2 nights a week? I never would have guessed. Okay? So there is still opportunity out here. It's just in odd spots, man. And it's up to you to work from home and work your regular job. I mean, it's just kind of what it is. I mean, before this was full-time with the YouTube stuff, I worked every day, just like everyone else.
Yep.
Worked every day. And then I'd get home, and then I'd work some more. Even when this was like full-time money, I still kept my job waiting tables at 33. I'm 35 now, but like 33 years old. I'm out there going, how's your Chardonnay? You know what I mean? Another Cabernet, ma'am? Like, come on. You want the Chilean sea bass or not, bitch? Hurry this up. Speaking of being a server, though, 20 years ago, working as a server, I lived in a corner 1-bedroom apartment downtown with amazing water views for $700 a month. A similar apartment now is $3,600 a month. That's 5 times more. As a lawyer at age 47, I am unable to afford living in the same apartment I did at 27 while waiting tables.
Damn.
Loser. Did you guys like the brag?
Even as a
That's
lawyer,
good.
he
That's
can't
all you're
afford
getting. Yeah, a lot of people think lawyers just make all this money out the gate. They don't. I think they start off at like 60, 70 grand a year. Like, you really got to earn your stripes with that. 8 years of college ain't enough. It's trippy to think about, though. Like, even waiting tables and bartending now still pays good, considering like a lot of these.
Dude, you guys, the tips in waiting tables, especially if you're in LA, OC, and nice restaurants, you're gonna make money.
These other jobs, it's kind of nuts. I'm not saying it's much better. I know. Anyways, whatever. This guy goes, the economy is so bad you can't even live in your car anymore. I'm not buying that one. That's bullshit. I lived in my car. I saved a tremendous amount of money. Now, if you're just living in your car with no job, good luck with that. But anyways, I was curious about this, though. Like, what's the median income for people? We'll get down to brass tacks, but I looked it up, and the median average person, I'm not going to go through every state here. There's every state in the book. But
Damn, California's pretty high. 84 is the medium, and the average is 73. So a lot of people make 84,000, and you average everything out, it equals to be about 73. Damn, okay. I was barely average. Barely. Was I average? I mean, like 63, 65 before I started YouTube doing my job. So yeah, I wasn't even average in California.
But the highest one was 80 grand. But the normal's around that 60 grand, 50 to 60 grand mark is what your typical regular Joe is making. Okay. Which should be good. Like, to me, for the longest time, as long as I made $1,000 a week, I'm skipping around. I'm good. But now it seems like that's not even enough. But then how many people don't make that?
Yep.
You know what I mean? How many people out there are like, I wish I made $1,000 a week? That's kind of the trippy part. But here's something, because I'm the same age as this dude, and he's breaking down his bills, and this is it's kind of mind-blowing, actually.
Being so high, millennials get a lot of crap for overspending. So I figured, being a millennial, 35, and my wife being 35, I wanted to go over what our bills are, and you can let me know if we're overspending or if we're kind of right in the pocket. So my wife and I have no kids. We are homeowners here in Orlando, Florida, and here are our monthly bills. So the most expensive is our house. So it's $3,300 a month. That includes the principal, interest, property taxes, electricity, internet, everything house, $3,300. Next on the list is going to be kind of surprising to some.
Yeah, my house with everything included, 3-bedroom. I'm in a townhome, but mine's only $2,000. That's
Nice.
everything.
Shout out to
Granted, 4 years ago, that number used.
I can't get a single house in California anywhere close to those payments unless I'm dropping like $600,000-$700,000 on the house. Yeah. I wish I can get those payments.
To be like more like $1,300, insurance, property taxes, HOA, no big deal.
But we spend $1,200 a month on groceries, and I broke this down.
That's about how much I spend also. So
in another video, we spend about $90 every 3 days, and then we also would get paper towels, dog food, soaps, things like that throughout the month. And
that's standard. Me and my chick spend that easy.
Yeah.
Easy. If you think about it, $600 per person. So that's standard for me.
Equals about $1,200. Next, we lease 2 cars. They're both new Volkswagens, 2023, and the total payment for both of them combined is $850 a month, which...
That's not too bad for 2 cars, but why did you lease them? I don't know. I think it's weird sometimes that people lease unless they own businesses and they get the tax write-it off. But
I don't think is too shabby. I think we got a great deal. We've next on the list is...
Yeah, I don't have a car payment. I'll just own, yeah.
Is $574, which is the accumulation of debt payments. And then $350, I guess we put as personal care. My wife's hair, eyebrows, my haircut, nails, things like that. It's about $350.
His haircut is just the $50. The rest is the
yeah.
chick.
I was gonna
how
say.
I know this? Because I don't get any grooming done ever. I do it all myself. I can clip my own nails. You know what I mean? Like I could wash my own ass and trim my pubes. You know what I mean?
Hey, can you trim your own ass hairs too?
I always thought that'd be so funny. Like the shoe shine guys. If it was like that, but for like basically, I guess your cock, your pubes. Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, basically, 300 of that is definitely the woman, for sure. My chick's in the kitchen right now.
Next on the list is $200 for car insurance for both the cars. Also $200 is our Maltese Shih Tzu. He's 15 years old, so we.
Yeah, I got animals too. My insurance for the year, I have 2 cars for the entire year, $1,700 for 2 cars. But also, I basically don't have any coverage. Only the person, if I ever hit somebody, they're covered. But, I'm shit out of luck. And dogs are expensive, dude. We got a dog, cats too.
My girl's been really wanting a dog, and I'm just like, no, I don't want another pet. I miss my old dog, Honey. After she passed, I really do not want another dog. I don't want the responsibility anymore. I felt bad after Honey died that I felt like I neglected her. I know I didn't neglect her, but I felt like I neglected her, and I didn't want to feel that way about other pets.
But yeah, our animals, we got 2 animals, but they cost like $200 a month just for the 2 of them combined. So yeah, even owning an animal, unreal.
We give him medicine, and he also gets groomed, and that's $200 a month. Our cell phones combined are $173. Our gas is $150 a month, and then our internet services are $80. So that's Netflix, Zoom, Dropbox, and a couple other things is $80. So
yeah, the rest of that's all pretty standard, basic.
that totals about $7,100 a month to maintain this lifestyle. However, that doesn't include date nights, savings, investing, dues that we owe, or accountant, or gifts, or weddings, or anything like that. So technically it's about $8,000 that we need, and then everything over that we put into savings and investing. But our house is also 1,700 square feet, 3-bed, 2-bath.
It's a nice house.
Nothing fancy. Again, we drive VWs, not Lexus or BMWs or anything like that. So what do you all think? Does that seem like in the pocket, overspending, underspending? What's your take?
It's pretty, I mean, you know what I guess if you divide that in half, it's like $3,000 a person, $4,000 a person.
$3,000 a person.
Not too bad, but I mean, still, it's pretty up there. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even have a kid, you know? But you know what he didn't include? Health insurance.
Shit.
Yeah. Tack that on, why don't you? Today's video is sponsored by my friend Ishmael here. If you're looking for health insurance, maybe he can cut you a deal. Ishmael, my boy.
Jack, I wanted to thank your viewers for hitting me up from my last video about health insurance. One in particular, their family was paying $2,400 a month on their health insurance.
Damn.
And they had a high deductible HMO network. I got them a plan with a PPO with a 0 deductible, $9,000 max out of pocket, and they're paying $1,700 a month, all because they weren't qualified for the right plans. So anyone else watching this, I save my clients at least 20% on what their premiums are and get you equally good coverage to what you have, or even better. Give me a call, do a free consult, and I'll see if I can help you out.
Jesus, 2,400. He does regular, just individuals too. Just like if your policy they want 400, you know, maybe give him a shout and maybe he can get it down and figure out like some loopholes. Super cool guy, like he gets it. Right? He cuts his own hair. You see what I'm saying? He shaves his own ass.
Well,
he
he
gets
does.
it. He's cutting corners.
Saves
He's
some
doing
money.
what he's got to do out here.
He has no corners.
Anyways, but aside from like that dude's bills are pretty high. I mean, that's kind of standard. Our bills aren't as high as that guy. Like we own our cars. I don't even have health insurance. To be honest, I tried.
Me and Jack, same. I do not have health insurance yet. I should really look into it, though.
I'd getting some. They want too much money. I make too much money, and I'm just like, fuck it. I don't have it. All right. And you might think I'm crazy. I get a lot of people like, oh, you need it. Well, guess what? I listen to you guys. And that's why I got Ishmael here. So that all of you guys yelling at me, if you need it, get some help. He tried helping me out. I'm stubborn. I'm not willing to pay $600 a month. I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. But for people who really need it, you know, do what you got to do. Speaking of doing what you got to do, this is like another one, aside from living in your car. It's just moving home, saying fuck it. But listen to this girl, because we're going to really break it down after she talks here about, like, if you're a solo person.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, just move home. Just moved back home. I'm 29 years old. 29 years old. I just moved from living in the city by myself, Chicago, to the suburbs, in my parents' house. And my parents don't have a huge, big, fancy house. You know, we're not rich or anything like that. But to have the opportunity to live at home and not be so stressed out all the time about paying $2,000 a month in rent, it's priceless. It's priceless. Do you guys know how much money I have now?
No.
How many things I can do? Okay, I could go get Botox anytime I want. I could buy a house in 2 years if I wanted.
Okay, so let's break this down. Remember the dude with $7,100 a month with him and his wife. Split that in half. All right, she's by herself. Let's say you're by yourself. All right, I'm going to be real nice about this whole situation. She's like, I'm going to buy a house. Okay, but $2,000 a month was... I'm sorry, but good luck finding a mortgage for $2,000 a month with a decent...
I wish. I really wish.
Like, just good luck.
Like, I'm willing to pay $4,000 a month for a mortgage. Even $5,000 for a mortgage. I'm willing to pay like $4,500-ish. But I can't get it. I don't have enough saved up to be able to put enough down to make the payment that much.
Like, good luck. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just wishing you all the best. So let's do some basic math here. Okay, so like, let's just be nice about it. She said hers was $2,000 a month. Let's just be super nice about the situation. You live by yourself. Let's just say $1,500. Okay, I'm gonna include everything in that. I'm gonna be real nice. All right. Okay. All right. Plus your phone bill. I'm just gonna call it $100. All right. I'm gonna be real generous with you and say you don't have a car payment. Your insurance is $250 a month. Okay. Now, I'm going to be really extra cool about this one. You only spend $500 a month on food, okay? All right. Now, that's $2,300 a month, all right? Oh, so $2,300 times 12. Okay, that's $27,000 a year. I'm going to be super cool and just say that's your bills. All right? Now, we all know the truth. That's not your bills.
No.
My point is, though, is like that's me being really nice. We're at $27,000 for the year.
Yeah, that's him being frugal for you, in a sense.
With no fun, nothing. No Botox, nothing. So anyways, I recommend exactly what she just said. Move home. I mean, I would do it if my parents were still alive.
What's something you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
Now, here's something I'm going to agree with, because I'm like a really firm on a man with no bills is a rich man. Okay, I'm all about making a lot of money. Get the money. Run it up. But I'm not living extra. This jacket was $40 at an antique shop. Should have been more like $150, $200. They were going out of business. But just from a reseller's point of view, I bought this to flip it. I'm just saying that what this guy says here is kind of how I'm moving forward, and how a lot of other people are moving forward from what I'm looking at. Not everybody, but this is kind of the way that I see the world here.
That more money doesn't always equal more happiness.
Yeah.
It's almost as if I've traded all my spare time and all my fun times for the extra dollar.
Pretty much.
I don't know if I'm the only one feeling this way, but this is the most money I've ever made. And this is the most stressed I've ever felt. I had more time for my family, my friends, hell, even my hobbies. I can't tell you the last time I went fishing or camping. I mean, when I lived in a smaller house, had a smaller truck, I felt like that's how life should have felt for me. I never had to wake up just dog tired, not looking forward to the day, just so I can provide more material things for my family. I don't know. It's just my feeling. Let me know what you think.
Basically, I'm not saying I want to work myself to the bone. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I don't ever want to put myself to the position that that's how I feel about life. And I feel like a lot of us get there by accident. You know, you heard that chick, she moved home to alleviate the stress. And hers was only $2,000 a month for rent. You know what I mean? For me, my total bills a month, just for myself, you know, it's $2,000 a month. Yeah, I have a mortgage plus all my stuff. But, you know, and I'm not splitting this. You know, my girl lives with me. We work together. But I basically cover. I'm Big Daddy around here. I cover all that shit. I chose this life. Okay? But at the same time, if we were to level up, if I were to up my bills another $2,000 a month, I'd be pissed. I'm trying to do the opposite of that. You get what I mean?
That's the best
way
way
to
to go.
have no fucking bills. And I don't think I'll ever get there, but I'm going to try. Anyways, we're going to end on a positive note here. Okay, this video here, I'll leave this link below. But this dude, he was a street.
We covered this story. This is such a big story that a lot of YouTubers covered, and I think it should be covered.
Performer. And he also did YouTube full time with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And it just wasn't good enough for his wife. But the moral of this story is doing the two odd jobs, he actually worked half the time and made more money than he did working a regular 9-to-5.
Correct.
And he literally got a divorce because he was like, he gave up working two odd jobs because his wife wanted a traditional life. And you know, men, the things we do for ass,
Oh, yeah.
Lord knows it. God help me. But the point is he was making more than enough money, but it wasn't in a traditional sense. And then he left all that to work a traditional job, and he's not making enough. And now he was like, you know what? And he's getting a divorce over it. And he's going to go back. He's like, I'm going back to what I was doing. Because at least he was happy. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Not everything's going to be perfect all the time, okay? It's just not. All right? We're going to end here with Jim Ron. All right? Take this home with you. This is life.
There are times when you just lose, no matter what you do. It's that kind of planet. You reap what you sow, yes, but... What does that mean, yes, but? Well, the farmer plants his crop in the spring, takes care of it all summer, loves his family, works 10, 12 hours a day, 6, 7 days a week, is an honorable man. Come fall, he's got a beautiful crop, and he deserves every bit of it. But the day before he sends the combines into the field, a hailstorm comes along and beats it all in the ground, which means you lose.
Loser.
Somebody says, well, what did he do wrong? Answer, nothing. It's just that kind of planet. Sometimes it's going to hail on your crop and rain on your parade. So you got to get ready for that or you will be naive.
I guess it's just a metaphor for life.
Yeah.
Anyways, hell of a talk. You guys leave your thoughts. Appreciate everybody that copped a shirt. Leave the link below.
I don't know. Sometimes being happy isn't the most important. Sometimes it is. Sometimes your free time and the time you spend with your family is important. Sometimes it isn't. It all depends on what you value. If you value money and what money can do for you, chase it a little bit more. If you value family and what family does for you, chase it a little bit more. Chase what you want. Right? But money does help you get and facilitate a lot of those other things. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time.